In a historic election, voters of North Dakota sent a message that will reverberate across America. Voters all across all party affiliations approved a state constitutional amendment that prohibits any candidate 81 years or older from serving in Congress from North Dakota. Hi, I'm Holly Robichaud, and this is U.S. Term Limits Breaking News. While 61% of North Dakota voters approved age limits, it's clear that they favor term limits even more. Our team went to the Flickertail State to interview voters. Check it out.
How about age limits? How do you feel about that?
I think they should be required to retire. 70?
70? Okay.
I mean, go retire. Enjoy your life.
Exactly. Spend time with the
Pass
grandkids.
it on to the next generation.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, who should be working after 70? Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've done your job. Thank you very much. Now retire and enjoy your golden years.
And leave it to the youngsters.
And exactly.
Yeah.
Pass it down
To the next generation.
to the next generation.
I just want to get your opinion on age limits for Congress or term limits too.
Well, I think it's a good thing. We need to let the younger generation be able to get in because we have all these incumbents, even in the federal government, that have been there for so long. There should be no reason why it should be a full career. But all of a sudden, they come from nowhere and make hardly anything, and then now they're multimillionaires.
Yeah. How does that happen?
Insider trading.
Yeah.
They keep their mouths shut on that, and they're not going to rat each other out on that. Everybody is guilty of it, every single one. So if we didn't have term limits, if we put these term limits in, 2 terms, however long, I think it's a great thing because then we get new blood into it, and then we can actually try to get actual change.
Do you feel like you're being represented by Congress?
I wouldn't say no way.
By any of them, yeah.
They're just out for themselves anymore.
Yeah. But
And
like
they
your
are.
generation too, the younger people.
And then, because the way I see it is, you run on your morals and get in for 1 term, and then you're not able to get back in because of it, or you give them up for bigger business and keep running until God knows when, and that's just not right, not one bit.
While members of Congress may not be listening to the people, U.S. term limits certainly is. Many North Dakota voters told us that term limits would take care of the age limit issue and have more of an impact, not just in government accountability, but listening to the people they represent. Huge news coming out of Indiana. At the Indiana State Republican Convention this past weekend, our state chair, Micah Beckwith, was nominated for lieutenant governor over Representative Julie McGuire, the candidate Senator Mike Braun endorsed. Beckwith pledged to advocate for the Indiana legislature to pass our U.S. term limits resolution. Last year, the Indiana House approved the U.S. term limits resolution, but we still need to pass it in the state Senate. More and more state legislative candidates across the nation understand that voters want congressional term limits. They're speaking loud and clear. An additional 61 2024 candidates have signed our pledge in the past 2 weeks. That's right, 61. As expected, this trend will only continue to rise higher and higher thanks to our outstanding pledge team and the support for congressional term limits. Over the past 2 weeks, we've seen an additional 6 congressional candidates sign the U.S. term limits pledge. We are breaking records for the 2024 election cycle. And with this momentum, who knows, we might even get it in Congress. And now it's time for our Corrupt Politician of the Week. And this week, it's United States Representative John B. Larson of Connecticut. Representative Larson first served in the Connecticut State Senate from 1982 to 1995 before being elected to Congress in 1999. As you can imagine, he's no fan of term limits. The New York Times reported that Representative Larson bought and then sold $1,000 to $15,000 in shares of United Health Group, a Medicare Advantage plan provider. Coincidentally, This occurred while he was a member of the House Ways and Means Committee, which has jurisdiction over Medicare. His office claims that all his stocks are handled by a third party, but let's be honest, are they really? While the money itself may not seem to be a great cause of concern, it's just the principle of using the insider knowledge to enrich oneself. Isn't it? Don't you agree? People want term limits. That's why candidates supporting term limits are winning elections, just like Micah Beckwith did this past week. Congressional term limits can become a reality. We've got the momentum, but we need your help. We can't do it alone. Please go to termlimits.org and get involved today. And be sure to share this program with your family and friends. This is Holly Robichaud for U.S. Term Limits Breaking News. I'll see you soon.